Welcome to the Institutional Review Board for the Social and Behavioral Sciences, Research Education talk on the consent process in 5 phases. So today we're going to break down the consent process and hopefully make it a little bit more approachable. The purpose of consent is to ensure that a meaningful agreement is occurring between the study team and the potential participant. The researcher has a responsibility to communicate clearly so that the potential participant has a complete understanding when they agree to participate in the study. So to communicate with someone so they have a complete understanding is a pretty high bar. That's why, to help study teams, we're breaking down the consent process into 5 phases, beginning with the recruitment process. Next, there's the discussion the study team has with the participant. Then you have the step where you actually ask their permission to participate in the study prior to any study procedures. After the individual provides their consent, it's important for the study team to continue checking in with them and communicating with them throughout the course of the study. Finally, it's important for the study team to keep accurate records to document that the consent process did occur. The recruitment process for a research study is a little bit different in its type of advertising. You want to make sure that you provide potential participants with realistic information about the study. This is important because recruitment is considered the beginning of the consent process. Also, please make sure to have your recruitment material reviewed and approved by the IRB prior to use. The consent discussion is a communication step in which the study team helps to ensure that the potential participant understands what they're agreeing to when they give their permission to participate in the study. The consent form is used to help facilitate the consent discussion. In addition to going over the consent form with the participant, the study team should ensure that all questions have been answered before the person gives their permission to participate, and that the person has had enough time to think about the study before they give their consent. Once the potential participant is ready to provide their consent, the consent documentation should align with the plan that was reviewed and approved by the IRB. If your IRB-approved protocol says that you will collect written signatures, then please collect written signatures. It's important to provide a copy of the IRB-approved consent form to participants for reference. Finally, the study team member completing the consent process with the participant should document the date that the person provided their consent and that all questions were answered prior to the individual consenting to participate. Consent is an ongoing process throughout the study. It's important for the researcher to check in with the participant to confirm their understanding as time goes on. If a significant amount of time has passed between visits, the study team should check in with the participant and remind them of the next steps for the study and confirm their continued agreement. Also be sure to communicate with the participant regarding any study changes prior to implementing them. Finally, it's important to maintain clear documentation. The study team should maintain a record of the consent for every participant enrolled with the study records. Also be sure to make updates so that the information in the IRB-approved consent form is accurate at all times. Lastly, please remember that the study team is required to keep the consent forms along with the study records for a minimum of 3 years after the close of the study. And please check with UVA Records Management prior to the destruction of the study records. We hope this overview of the consent process, broken down into 5 phases, has been helpful. While completing the consent process, please keep in mind that the process originates from the ethical principle of respect for persons, as described in the Belmont Report. If you have any questions regarding the consent process, please reach out to us. We are here to help you.